Hi, I want to share something with you today. What it means to hold space for somebody who's sharing some vulnerable stuff with you. Number one, take the bridge over to that person's island. Just imagine that you leave your own land and you're visiting that person's land. There's a different culture, there's a different way of being there. So listen through that person's filter. Try to leave your own world behind and discover that person's world. And number two, stay present. Listen through your heart, not through your judgment and your mind. So it's again about being able to leave your own filter behind. If you feel triggered and you feel your old knee-jerk reactions start to play, take a few deep breaths and come back to your heart again. And again, imagine that you are listening to that person, maybe not the adult person, maybe there's the inner child. Their inner child that's actually are expressing something really vulnerable for them. And then, number three, mirror, which means that you will make sure that you understood that person correctly. So you take a paraphrasing, you take a few words and just check, let me check that I understood you correctly. So that means that that person can actually hear what you understood they expressed. And it also helps them to navigate and make sure that they did express themselves correctly. Give them space to also, if they need to add something. And number four, validate, which means we all need to feel validated, like, okay, it makes sense. What you now are expressing, it makes sense. And then number five is give empathy, which means that you just imagine, you can say, I can only guess that makes you feel like this, or just try to really allow your heart to speak and express and try to see if you can find the right words, what's going on in their world, in their emotional world. And the most important thing is check in with them if they want a hug. A long hug is really, really healing. And just know that this few moments, being present with them, expressing themselves in a vulnerable moment, can save hours of therapy and pain. And the beauty of it, if you are able to do that, even if there's somebody who's triggering a lot of you, if you're able to come back from your heart over and over again, and you can give your time and your heart and your presence and not allow your old program to be triggered and take over, this is also a huge amount of healing that occurs for you. I wish you the best.